my extensive experience with triathlons.
Yes, I know that, Randall. I know you're really pumped for this one, but we're live anyway here, Sports Rewind Digital, joined with BJ. Davo is just having some technical issues there. We'll throw him up on the screen when he's back on. It looks like he's here now. Davo, how are you, mate? No, he's gone. Not much happening for Davo. What we might do is we might get Nate Stewart, local Newcastle Triathlon pro, and we'll get him on and talk about this week's Island Triathlon at Stocko. This is the third annual event for the Island Tri. Nate's pretty involved with the Island Triathlon and everything around here in Newcastle Triathlon. So let's get him on. Nate, how are you, mate?
Good, thanks, boys. How are you, Joel? Boys, how are you?
Good, mate. Yeah,
how you going, mate?
Good, thank you.
Davo's still having some issues down there, I think, so we'll get
him mate, all good now, should be.
Took me a while.
Island Triathlon, Nath. It's the third runner, mate, this weekend. Got plenty of entries.
Yeah, mate, I was just talking to Jay, one of the guys at Tid Bits. He'll say there was 700 at the moment across the weekend, 200 on the running events on Friday night, and then there's like I think one of the swim runs on maybe Saturday, and then the main race and a few races on Sunday. So there's still plenty of room for entries, but yeah, there's 700 across the whole weekend at the moment.
That's massive, mate. Newcastle's always been really big in that New South Wales country area for triathlon. We've always had, strong athletes. Is there any big athletes coming here for the race on Sunday, mate?
Yeah, we've got a couple of Josh and Joel Waldridge from Sydney. Josh won the series. There's a 3-race series in Newcastle now, and this is the second round this weekend. Josh won the series last year. They're young twins. They're actually back at my house. And then, you got a few of the Newcastle kids. You got Cooper Lee, who got second at the Spark Elmore, who goes in the series leader now. Guys like Lyle Smythe and James Knox, too, doing really well. Then in the women's, we've got the current queen of Newcastle is Meg Isbest because she won the first round she's the first, I think she won anyway, or she's the first racing from the last event. Then you got people like Courtney Weaver's coming back, which will be good. Young Newcastle pro. Corley Schultz, who won the series last year. Warrior she is. And probably race favourite girl, Courtney. I'm not sure where she's from, but yeah, few athletes racing over the weekend.
That's awesome, mate. Now, do many people back up and do like the aquathon on Friday night and then race on Sunday, or is it more?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I know I don't these days. I get too sore. But I'm not sure if many would. I know none of the contenders will be, but in my younger day I probably would have, but I can't get around doing it these days, and I'm not sure if anyone does. I don't know.
Mate, in your younger days, you would have done it. You would have had 20 beers on the Friday night. You would have turned up for the fun run Saturday, did the fun run Saturday, 20 more beers, and then race Sunday.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, there's
good recovery.
Done that, mate. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. That were the times I wasn't racing real well. When I was racing well, head down, bum up. It never come that naturally to me. But yeah, there was times in my life where I've been like that. Definitely.
You've had a pretty good career, Nate. Not just in Newcastle, all over the place.
Yep.
Plenty of different races, including the Ultraman 3-day event. You've been a pro triathlete at short and long distance, and you're still competing today, mate. What do you put down to the longevity in the sport?
Mate, it just keeps me healthy. It keeps me out of the pub. It shows my kids a happy and healthy lifestyle. If I'm not doing this, mate, I'm sort of, I like a drink and what you're just talking about and whatever else. So it's mainly to keep me healthy is why I race still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We look at athletes these days, mate. You being a former pro athlete, pro athletes these days, that's all they do. When you're a pro athlete, you're still on the tools. 6 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. What's changed in triathlon, I guess, with to that? Is it the money? people getting more money with sponsorships and
look. The funny thing is, in Australia, it's only got worse. Like, it was actually, I actually made a little bit of a quid sometimes here, and if you got to go overseas and be right up there now. But we did, as you know, Joel, you've been an old triathlete yourself. We had good series here and good money, and you'd make money. I used to make more money than my friends who'd be working, and I'd be 16, 17, and money up and down the coast from the Taree Triathlon to Port Macquarie to the series that we had on the Saucony series and everything like that. We had so much opportunity to make a little bit of money, 20 years ago and stuff like that, or even more. I'm talking back even in the 90s. Like, I won the first triathlon in the 90s when I was about 17 or 16 open. So it's been a long time ago now, but now there's nothing here. There's dead set nearly nothing here. Maybe a couple of Ironman run events, but even then you've got to be winning it to make something. Even then it might be a couple of grand. So it's even worse now. But if you're going overseas and you've got like a guy like Aaron, Aaron Royal is a Newcastle boy, and he's in the PTO, and he was here and he had a session with us over Christmas, and he told me a bit of the money that they're getting signed on for now. So those top guys are making a quid just to even start before they're even to sign on with that series. Won't say how much, I don't know if I'm allowed to, but unless you're in that top 20 guys or whatever, you're not. I'm talking on the world stage. You're not making money. And even then, you might be earning a few $100,000, or the best guy might be earning, I don't know, $1.5 million or something, I reckon. Like the top guys. I just know what Macca was earning back in the day. I know what he was earning. So it's still, compared to other sports, and with the training, it's pretty shitty.
Yeah, well, it's a full-time job, really, isn't it? Like, the amount you have to train, and that's even short distance, like. So
Yeah. She's hard work, mate. I don't envy him trying to make a quid out of it. That's for sure. Especially if you're doing it here. If you're doing it here, you got no hope.
Yeah, I had to listen to Aaron's. He was on a podcast with Jack. I can't remember his name. One of the triathlon hour, I think it's called. It was a good listen. He spoke well.
Yeah,
and
I had a couple of mates that train that said they listened to it. Now, I don't usually listen to many triathlon podcasts. I watch cycling or fighting or whatever, but I haven't listened to it. But yeah, that's what I was just at train. Someone was talking about and saying how good it was, that one. Yeah, he's a nice kid, as he was. We trained, I was sort of at the back end of my pro career, and he was coming in, and we trained together for about a year there. So then he sort of shot off overseas. So it was funny. When I saw him at Christmas, I hadn't seen him for a good 10 years or so, but he's still a nice young fella. Yui boy.
Yeah, that's the go. So Friday night, mate, 6 o'clock, the sunset runs. There's a 21K. So there's a half marathon, a 10.5K, and a 5K.
Yep.
So where's the half marathon go? Is it laps or not?
Yeah,
sure?
Look, without knowing, and I should know more. I more know about my race, selfish as it sounds. It'd be laps for sure. It's got to be around Stockton. I know we do the big loop around Stockton on the bike, and it's 8K, and we do 8K laps on the bike, so it's 40K. So yeah, mate, they'd be doing a few laps.
Yep.
Yeah,
fair enough. And the aquathon on the Saturday, 750 swim, 5K run. That's a good one for people that want to get into it.
Yeah, if you haven't got a bike or whatever, the old aquathon these days. They used to call them biathlon back in the day, but yeah, that's not a bad one either, mate, for sure.
And then Sunday morning, mate, it all kicks off. There's a million options here. There's not just your Olympic distance try. You can choose from whatever you want, really, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a sprint trial, and I think there's a shorter one again, maybe for kids or just kids, people who want to get into it, who, getting off the couch or whatever. I think that them races usually about 375, 10K ride and a 2K run, something around that for just people who are just trying to get fit and something, a little goal for them that's, achievable.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess that's the beauty of these events as well. It's not just a club race. We have plenty of different options for club races in Newcastle, though. There's plenty of clubs around that do their club races, but this is just that next step, isn't it, where they can jump in and get a bit of a feel for it and see if they like it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it certainly is. But like you said, if people want to try it too, just those club races run real every most weekends, from Maitland Club and my club, Tomaree, and Newcastle do their race at Stockton. But it's definitely just a bit level up and a bit bigger taste of a real race sort of thing. Yeah, this weekend.
Mate, H Events put on a fair few events around Newcastle. Have
Yep.
they got anything else coming up after this? I think they got, let me have a look.
14th of March, I think it is. We have the Lake Macquarie Triathlon's coming back. It's the third race of this series that we've got on at the moment. It's the second round on the weekend, like I said before. So the Lake Macquarie Triathlon, which was a famous triathlon back in the day, we had everyone here from Greg Walsh to the best athletes. It was actually the Australian Olympic Distance Championship one year, late 80s. So that race makes a comeback. So that is the third round of the series. But they run races like the Hilda Harbour race, and they've got a lot of things going on H Events. It'd be a dull, old, boring triathlon soon in Newcastle without them.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Always love getting there to that Spark Elmore, and there's always 2,000 people there.
Yeah.
All the different races, and
yeah, definitely, yeah, good one.
Mate, appreciate you jumping on. Now you're gonna dust off the bike and runners on Sunday and get stuck into these young fellas and have a go, mate. Last time I seen you there, I think it was a couple of years back, Spark Elmore. You give them a good run for their money.
Yeah, maybe. It's still there some days, definitely. I've been training. So hopefully, I'm out of the swim early and feel good on the bike and rock and roll. I don't run real well these days. I know that. So hopefully it's hot and it's a hard ride because the last 2 years have both been won by on the bike. So whilst it's flat, if you've got a bit of power and I don't feel too bad at the swim, hopefully I can do something and see how we go. If I do, I do. I don't. Doesn't matter. But I'll be trying.
Drafting or non-drafting race?
Non-drafting.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Yeah, gotta be.
Old school. Love it.
Yeah. But other ones too.
What sort of preparation, mate, do you put in leading up, like days before, weeks before, leading into an event like this?
It usually depends. So usually you've got something bigger coming on at the end of the year. Like I still haven't said yeah or no to Ultraman yet, and I've got it in the back of my mind. So you're sort of training for a big race. I train an hour a day twice, pretty much in a nutshell. I do 2 hours a day at my age. I'm just getting too old to do anymore. But and then just have a big Saturday. I might do 5 or 6 hours Saturday. Something like a 120k ride and get off and run 10k and have a swim in the harbour. That's my big day. And then but this week it's just sort of just backing it off a bit and just trying to get a bit more energy in the body and not be tired and get ready for the weekend. Yeah, just back it like a bit of taper. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
BJ's once been in a triathlon. He held 3 beers at once and drank them all out of the one straw.
And then once too.
Triathlon.
Good on you.
That's about as close as I get.
Good on you. Friggin' A.
Yeah, mate. Well, good luck on the weekend. I'm sure it'll be a blast over there.
Thank you for paying some attention to our sport. We don't get much, no one gives a shit about triathlons that anymore. So I really appreciate you reaching out and having us on the show.
No worries, Nate. Good luck, mate. I hope you give him a flogging on Sunday, mate. Take it easy.
Good to meet you guys. Thank you.
See you,
mate.
Yes.
Thanks.
Bye.
Absolute legend in the sport of triathlon, mate. Struggs has been around, as he said, from early 90s, probably late 80s, and always up there with him in the pro race, and gives them a good run for their money.
Good to hear some results come next week, I say.
Yeah, mate, for sure. He's not only is he still involved in the sport, but he's also given back with lots of different coaching things as well. He's got a swim squad there that's free to join, and they had open water swims over the long weekends and stuff like that. So giving back, and if you ever needed a bike or pair of swimmers or some sort of running gear, whatever it might be, Strug would have it for you, mate, in a heartbeat. So absolute legend of the sport. Fellas, big weekend sport for you. Davo, did you score any runs this week, mate?
14 not out. We were only chasing 110, so came in with about 4 down. So it's not very often that my batting partner I was taking the easy end. He was outscoring us. So teammates said that doesn't happen very often. But yeah, a couple of runs.
Nice.
Got the win.
Was it hot? Was that a hot one on Sunday?
No, it wasn't too bad.
I can't remember.
Actually, No, Saturday was pretty good. There was a bit of light drizzle when we started, and that stopped, and a bit of humidity, but not too bad at all.
Yeah, nice.
The summer.
What about you, Randall?
Mate, my weekend was quiet. Obviously, few celebratory beverages, I guess, on the Friday. Spent in the pool pretty much all day. So yeah, pretty quiet Saturday, and Sunday, not much either. Sport's back this weekend for us, so the
Fair
last
enough.
weekend without any sport. What about
Boys
you?
are back. Plus, school goes back too, so looking forward to that one.
Yep, mine are
Looking
back
forward to
tomorrow.
that.
So
You
it's
said
good.
you had a few celebration drinks on Friday, mate. You didn't have too many on Monday. How about those Chiefs?
No, mate, I didn't. As we all know, we our group chat had a bit of banner going there.
Yeah.
Couple of good
Mate.
games though. Don't get me wrong. There were a couple of really good games. Just neither of them were the way I was hoping.
Yeah, absolutely. Jevo, how are you, mate?
Jeez.
Good to have you on. Yeah, I mean, there were some close games, 2 close games, and bit of controversy in the other game. Should have taken some points, didn't. Hindsight's a great thing in sport and life, but what do you do? So it'll
That's
be
football.
that's it. A couple of weeks' time, the Super Bowl, the 49ers and the Chiefs. Be an interesting one, but we'll talk about some NFL later. What do we got today? We've got Tid Bits, ABL, MLB, bit of cricket and bit of NFL, and see how we go for time. Righto, let's kick this week off with Tid Bits. Randall, you actually got him in early today. Like, what time was it, Dave? It was like 1 o'clock or something.
Yeah.
It was,
Without prompting too, I think.
yeah. No nudges.
One of them anyway.
So I'll
Well, I
put you up
suppose
first.
it is Wednesday, so he's probably just thought, oh, well, that's what I normally do for Tuesday night. So
That's right.
Yes, send him on Wednesday. That's right.
Benny Bro, how are you, mate? I've seen you.
Big Benny.
Seen you back in action in the gym today, mate. You got a crushed testicle and sore legs, so it's been a big day for you, old son.
Wow.
Big day indeed.
Beautiful.
Jevo, we will have some ABL finals predictions up there. Your Sydney Giants, mate, I think they might go all right. They might go all right. Well, let's kick it off with some tidbits, and then we'll get into our baseball anyway.
Yeah, how about this one? This one jumped up in my feed today, and that's why I got it in so early. I was trying to beat both you blokes. So I was sure that you blokes would see it too. But fun fact, the father of both Super Bowl quarterbacks were professional pitchers. Sean Purdy, 8 seasons in the minor leagues, and Pat Mahomes, 11 seasons in the MLB. How good's that?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
No wonder they both throw the ball so well.
Good pedigree.
This one as well. This one, I've had this one sitting around for a few weeks, waiting for a good time to use it. But Luis Ariz, he struck out 3 times. 3 times looking in this year. He had 617 plate appearances.
Unreal.
That's pretty red hot, isn't it?
That's
Tony
Tony
Gwynn-like.
Gwynn-esque.
It is Tony Gwynn-like. It's the first thing I thought. So I know we talked about it a lot last year where, we were blowing up. There's not, the art of, a 300 plus hitter is gone, all that sort of stuff. But, he's bringing it back.
Yep. I love it. And we've seen how well he went. He hit the ball well and couldn't throw it anywhere to him. It was like pitching against Stringy. You have 2 strikes on him, you throw a waste pitch and he boom.
Yep.
I'll take that.
Yep.
Just flip it somewhere.
Absolutely.
Inside out somewhere.
Oh, Benny's replied back here, holding pads for killers, mate. It happens. Left test is good. Left leg got softened up. Interesting, mate. Interesting. You'll have to sit a beer on that left nut tonight, mate. And yeah, I don't know, get someone to hold it for you or whatever you need to, do to let it heal.
Just make sure it works.
Absolutely. Davo, you got a couple of good ones here tonight too, mate.
Yeah, so we'll start with the cricket. So good old Travie Head. Great summer, but not a fan of the Gabba. In his last 3 test innings in Brisbane, so first ball golden duck against South Africa, first ball golden duck against Windies, first innings, second innings West Indies, first ball golden duck. So not one of his favourite pitches at the moment, the old Gabba. 3 golden ducks in a row.
Not at all. I wonder if that's running through his mind every time he's out there.
Yes.
It will be now.
It's putting your ducks in a row, isn't it?
It probably is now. What about this one?
And then back to baseball. So George Brett, not a bad hitter, is the only player to win a batting crown 3 times in 3 different decades. So he won the batting award in 1976, 1980, and 1990. So that's staying a good hitter over a long time.
It is a very long time. Very long time indeed. I always love watching the highlights of him.
Yeah.
Looks like that Pintar is a bit high up on the bat too.
Yeah.
Could be.
Maybe we could run that over the plate. I'm not sure. But,
just a short, compact swing, just making contact.
Yeah. Always hit well. Oh, my two now. What do we got here? This one. Hey, I'm not saying this to the young kids out there. I think the young kids should work hard in their sport, but how good is this? During virtual off-season workouts, Gronk had to run sprints, record them, and send them to the Bucks. So to get out of it, he recorded himself running sprints in different shirts on the same day. Then he'd send him the videos on different days.
Good man.
An ideas man for sure.
That's a veteran right there.
Absolutely.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yep. About this guy, Billy Wagner taught himself to throw left-handed after breaking his right arm twice when he was 8. He could top out at 100 on either arm.
What can you even say about that?
Freak. Absolute freak. He missed out. Was it this year that he was his last year for the...
No, he's
got one more.
Well, Sheffield's last year, but he's close. He was up, what was he, 68 or 71 or something this year?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it was 5 short or something like that. And I wasn't sure if he's going into his last year or it was his last year. He might be going into his last year for next year. But yeah, that rounds out our tidbits for this week anyway, fellas. Plenty of good ones there. The ABL finals are been a pretty hot ticket this week. You blokes catch any of the finals?
Only bits and pieces for me, mate. I was probably the same as Davo, cricketing.
Went back and watched a bit. It was pretty good to watch the close games, I guess. We haven't seen too many close finals in the ABL for a while, and a couple of red hot games, especially the Adelaide and Melbourne games. Excuse me. A bit of fire in the belly there. I think it was game 2. A bit of a push and shove. I don't think there was any punches thrown or anyone suspended or anything like that, but got a bit of fire in the belly. It's good to see.
Get in there and throw them, boys.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to see it.
Just like Puig did down in Venezuela.
Yeah. But you see, he sort of held back and was trying to keep the peace more than anything, I reckon, in that. But
it wasn't until he got one put on him that he actually, finally the switch flicked for him and he went crazy.
Have you seen some of his stats down there though?
Yeah, he's a freak. He's killing.
I was listening to one of the podcasts and I can't even remember which one it was, but he's hitting like 417. He's had 10 home runs and a heap of RBIs. And I don't think no one's picked him up yet, have they?
No, not that I know of.
That'd be interesting.
That's what they were saying about it. You know, they didn't he sort of looked like he was holding back. Is he holding back because he's having a big year? He could be on the radar again, showing a bit of maturity, because we all know he's a loose cannon.
Yeah.
Showing that he can restrain himself, trying to get picked up somewhere. I don't know, but
Yeah.
he had done well until whoever it was threw one. So
Got him. And then he snapped. It was.
yeah.
There's been plenty of that though in the Venezuelan league and all that. Plenty of hot action like that. It's pretty good to watch. But anyway, the ABL fellas had the chance to catch up with Lachlan Wells. I think it was yesterday. I posted that one on our Sports Rewind page. Go and check that out. I think it's only 8 or 9 minutes. And just talking about the Phillies and talking about the series coming up. So feel free to go and check that one out. Who are you predicting, fellas? It's the championship series, Clarkson Shield. Adelaide Giants take on Perth. Perth Heat game 1 at Perth, and then back to Adelaide for games 2 and 3 if needed. What's your thoughts?
I reckon it's going to be a really close, tight series, 3 games, and I think it's going to be Adelaide back to back. I think they're going to get up 2-1.
Yep. Davo?
I think in 3, but I go to Perth. Experience there. Keneally, he's leading from the front for the wily veteran that he is. So, but could be a lot of 2-1, 3-2 ball games. So, it's only going to be 3 max, but Perth in 3.
Whoa, I like it. I'm going to go Adelaide in 2 just to be different here, and I really think their bats died on the weekend last week, and we've seen Lockie Wells have his first loss for the year. He only got 1 run hit off him, a single shot, and got his first loss for the season. But I think the Giants are going to come back and bats will be blaring, and I think it might be 2 blowouts. That's my predictions anyway. So I know Givo was asking before about any ABL finals predictions, mate. Let us know what you think. I think Adelaide are going to run away with it, but time will tell. And finals baseball's different baseball, as we all know. Anything can happen. You just got to get there. And like your Ravens, Randall, they're not there anymore, so I guess they can't be there in the Super Bowl, mate. So I don't know what I'm trying to say there, but I don't think the Lamar's going to be doing anything in 2 weeks' time.
I'd say he's probably going to be on a boat, mate, with Davo's Commanders.
Probably.
All enjoying an end of season trip.
I was going to say drinking beers with Jason Kelsey.
Yeah,
that's it. Hopefully our mate there, Lockie, can get a win. You don't want to have to put the Clayton Kershaw title on him. Lights out all year and can't get it done in the postseason. But
I hope not, mate.
He's got another chance anyway.
Yeah, no, he's been good all year. I really hope that he does go well game 1. Big arse though, going over to Perth for game 1 and getting that start. And I hope he goes over and dominates, but we'll see. I think it'll be a couple of good games of baseball anyway.
That's it. And it's not that he didn't pitch well either in the final. It's just like you said, the bats didn't do anything. The offense just wasn't there that it normally is. So, he did enough, but unlucky.
Bats did it. Yeah, we all know you got to hit runs, score runs to win games. All right, fellas, I'm throwing this one on you as I didn't ask you beforehand. I think I already know Davo's answer, but pick your legend, Pedro Martinez or Greg Maddux.
Maddux for mind.
Davo.
Prime or longevity?
Come on, mate.
Prime or career?
Oh, let's go both then. All right, let's go both. Let's go prime first.
Martinez. Pedro in his prime, thrown against the juiced era and having an ERA under 2. That's That'll do me.
I
And
agree
then
with that.
career, Maddox. Like
Yeah.
all the wins, most gold gloves ever. He was the complete package. Like, I think if you go career, Maddox, because 18 gold gloves. I don't think Pedro ever won one. Both had wins, strikeouts. So I think the gold gloves gets Maddox for the career, but for prime, I'm going Pedro.
Two absolute legends to watch as well. BJ, career?
Career, definitely Maddox. I think career-wise, yeah, like Davo said, he could do everything, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Even come in and get himself some hits. So prime, yeah, I'd probably agree with Davo with Martinez. He was in his prime. He was pretty dominant. Maddox was too, I guess, but
Well, look at the 99. Was it the 99 All-Star
No.
game? Like struck out 5 of the first 6 hitters.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that All-Star game was next level
pretty
in
good.
regards to players. You still see
Yeah.
that on Facebook Reels and Instagram Reels where
Mm.
they're calling out that team, and you're just like, what? Look at these hitters. And yeah, lights out.
Quinn, McGuire, Sosa.
Yeah. Yeah. All the juices.
What about you, mate?
I'm agreeing with you both there. I've got nothing else to add there. Both absolute legends. And yeah, I love
You take
Maddox.
either of them.
Yeah, that's right. I still use Maddox in MLB The Show, so he's still dominating for me now in 2023. But
Me too.
Speaking of the show, Randall, did you see this? The cover?
I did, mate. I sure did. Yeah. It wasn't it wasn't what I expected, but it's not a bad one.
Junior for sure.
Me too, mate. Me too.
He's on everything else. He's on his top series one, isn't he? Acuna.
I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah,
should be. Yeah. Yeah. I was a little bit surprised. I thought it was going to be Ronald, but yeah, it's not a bad choice. Having Vladdy on there.
Yeah.
Or Shoei.
What?
Yeah.
Well, Shoei was 2 years ago.
He was 2. Yeah.
Now they have him once.
Mauer was twice, 2 years in a row.
Oh, was he?
Yep.
Oh, there you go. I seen a cool stat after I put that picture up of his dad in 2006 was the cover. That's pretty cool. Having that to throw back on.
Just another thing with the father and son duo.
Yeah. Hey, while we're still talking about MLB, what about this, Randall?
Yeah, mate. How good is this?
Your owners might
Johnny
spend a bit of money.
Finally sold. I know a lot of the fans have been hoping for this for quite a while. Getting someone in there that wants to spend some money, and yeah, beautiful.
What about Cal Ripken in the ownership group too, though?
Yeah, Cal Ripken's also in there. Cal Ripken Jr., part of the ownership group. That's awesome as well. But, these guys have got a bit of cash behind them too that have brought that Dave Rubenstein. I think it was the Carlisle Group or something like that. He was one of the founders of that, I believe. So I think he's like a lazy, net worth of something like somewhere around $4 billion. So and the other guy, he's I think he's around the same as what John Angelo's was, around that 1.8 to 2 billion net worth as well. So, mate, it's what the Orioles have needed for quite some time. We talked about it today, Davo. They need to spend some cash. Like, they've got a great little farm system. They've got some great players coming through, but they're short in their pitching, in their starting rotation, even middle relief. They're still pretty short as well. They need to throw some cash at someone. There's a Blake Snell still around, isn't there? Floating around, that's unsigned as a free agent. Maybe they can throw some money now.
And as we said, they've got to do what Atlanta said. Oh, sorry. We said they've got to do what Atlanta's done and lock the kids up.
Yeah.
So lock up your Gunderson, lock up Adley, all the others, sign them to long-term deals like the Braves have, so that you've got them for the next 5 to 10.
Absolutely.
get them early before you have to worry about free agency and all that
Yep.
sort of stuff. And it's what you want to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Keep that core group.
You have to.
Those clubs that have been successful for long periods of time now. The Astros are one, aren't they? They did it. They sucked for a fair few years. They built up that farm, and then they had a bunch of young kids come through, and they held on to them long term. And it worked for them. They're still competitive now. They've maintained that same mentality, and Braves have done the same thing.
Yeah.
But just spend where they need it.
Yeah. You
They
have
plug
to.
a hole.
You have to.
I think Dave AU said the Orioles they should still be chasing that veteran bat as well. Obviously they picked one up last year with Adam Frazier, but he's just signed elsewhere. I can't remember where I saw he was signed. Angels or something maybe. Kansas City.
No, Emma, you lost someone to the Angels.
Maybe Royals.
Emma
Hicks.
reactions on Insta.
So the Angels was Aaron Hicks. Yeah, that's right.
Hicks, okay.
But Frazier was just there as playing second base, and I think he had like a career season for home runs last year. He hit the most home runs in a single season for his career. Like, little things like that help big time. So, yeah,
absolutely.
You need that veteran presence, as we all know. But yeah, it's great news for them. That's what they've needed for quite some time. They seem to develop, these players up, and they can never hold on to them.
Hopefully, we see him spend a bit of dollars anyway, and see what happens there. Speaking of dollars, fellas, Powerball 200 mil on Thursday. I think we should probably get double A team and do some shirts like these and jerseys like this. How cool is this? I seen this couple of weeks back. They're rebranded for 3 games to, help local businesses and things like that. I think this is unreal, and I hope they sell a whole heap of them. What a good concept.
Yep,
I saw
great
that
idea,
pop up the
isn't
other
it?
day and loved it.
Yeah, good idea. They're going to sell a heap of their jerseys and bits and pieces, and why not promote the game a bit more and get a few more people down to the minor league games and see what happens.
That's it. I think it's a great
I did
idea.
go
Great
online
concept.
and have a look at what it's going to cost us for a triple A or a double A franchise, and we're still got to be millionaires for that. So we've got to get that 200 mil on Thursday night, fellas.
Trying.
Sure.
What about I've seen this one today. Thoughts on this? Ichiro deserves to be unanimous selection for Hall of Fame next year, just as Griffey, Jeter, Beltray deserved it. Thoughts?
100%.
Yeah.
If he's not a Hall of Famer, then who is?
Yeah.
Like,
it was the he is in the Japanese Hall of Fame. Hopefully,
to join at 27. Like to join the league at 27 to have 10 straight years, was it 10 straight years or 200 hits a season is pretty crazy.
Absolute freak.
All the gold gloves.
Still out there now promoting the game, throwing to college kids and high school kids and pitching against them and
smashing classroom windows 426 feet away.
Yeah. That was classic.
Yeah, no, you look at the inductees this year, and how can he not? How can you say that he's not the same caliber as those blokes, if not better?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's should be a slam dunk. Should be unanimous, I would say.
JVD's not in the chat tonight, but he sent me this one and proposed a good question for me. What do you think they should do with Devers? Do you think he should be a DH? Do you think they should throw him at first base or keep plugging away over there at third base?
Well, it's hard because they already have Dolbach and Cassis over there.
Yeah.
So he's probably too young to be thrown at DH. But, yeah, the defense, he's a shocker over there.
He needs work, doesn't he? Why? But why? Why is he like that? It seems to
always
be
has.
like Davo. You watch him. There's probably I watch him a fair bit, being AL East, and they seem to be like little brain fade errors too. Like it's not like balls crushed at him and he's tried to pick it backhand or got a bad hop or anything. They'll be throwing errors and those sort of things that
Sort of like a laziness,
yeah,
in a way, a laziness, and just sort of not staying with it, not staying, like you say, not staying in the game.
Yep.
And little brain farts here and there.
Like
Easy
I think
enough to do.
opening day. I think it was opening day against the Orioles in Boston this year, and Adley got 4 hits. The 4th hit was a little dribbler down third base that he charged in on, like bounced up, hit him in the heel of the glove, and spewed off over towards the third base dugout, and they put it down as a hit.
Yeah.
If that's going down as a hit, imagine how many extra errors he should have had.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely,
So-
because scorers are so lenient these days that they'll give it a hit rather than an error.
Yep. So yeah, just
Absolutely.
I don't know. What do you do with him? Can he play outfield or?
I don't think so. I don't think he's mobile enough.
Yeah.
And if, like, I know, I can't remember if Cassis was a third baseman in the minors. I don't know if they try and turn him back, but he's a big unit. Same with Dolbach. They're both big boys, so it's not like they're agile over there.
Yeah.
Can he move to first base?
Well, then, yeah, what do you do with the other two? So,
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see
Especially-
what happens during the year.
Perfect thing would have been to play Justin Turner there, but they just traded him away. So
we'll let him go and he's signed with
we'll let him
Toronto.
go. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. That's a big signing.
There's a quality scorer coming out right there, mate.
Come
comments.
on.
Loves the red pen. No wonder I
Yeah.
could never get a hit.
Hey, I love a score of a red pen when I'm pitching.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I've got no arguments with that comment.
No, so fair is fair, and that's all it needs to be. You think it's an error, it's an error, and that's all it comes down to. I think, as you said, Davo, they are a bit lenient towards the hitters, but yeah, what does that do? Spring training, fellas, kicks off February 22. It says online here, so. I can't wait for that. We've got less than 50, I think it's 56 days to opening day. So people will be starting to get moving over there already and looking forward to the baseball season.
And
that's for
Bellinger,
sure.
no offers at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen today he's linked with the Cubs still. So,
Is that Boris asking too much, or clubs just aren't game enough because, well, what Bellinger are you going to get? Are you going to get the one that hit well last year, or the one from the Dodgers the year before that couldn't hit water if he fell out of the boat?
it's the same as Snell, though. Snell's only got the one lot of offers of 150 mil from the Yankees. Well, that's what's reported. I don't know.
But he's only good for 5 or 6 innings each time.
That's the catch with him, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
If he could go 7 every 5 days, he'd be getting what he wants. He's 190 for 10 years or whatever.
Yeah,
the hell it was.
It's not like Cole or Verlander or Scherzer, like the guys that are workhorses. Even when they're older, they're still workhorses and can warrant that money.
And dying art though, isn't it? Of these guys that can go long.
It is. It is,
and not necessarily because of them either. It's clubs wanting to wrap them up in cotton wool.
Yeah. They're paying these top dollars for them, and they want to wrap them up in wool instead of letting them go out there and Bob Gibson the crap out of it. So anyway,
Ryan.
Oh yeah. All right, cricket, Davo. Our Aussies got beat by the Windies, mate. That was an absolute cracker of a test.
It was good for cricket. Great for cricket.
Sucks
As
we
you
lost,
say,
but
hindsight's a great thing. Declaring when 22 behind.
Yeah.
Like, I know we wanted that half hour to bowl at him, but when you lose a test by 8 runs,
8 runs, yeah.
Little things like that. But what a bit of heart by Joseph. Like, he's copped 130 km/h Sandshoe crusher by Stark, limped off, not even sure if he's going to make it to the field that day, and then charges in bowling 15 overs at nothing less than 142 clicks an hour.
Yeah.
Just such an awesome story for cricket and West Indies cricket.
Yeah.
He was obviously loaded up on some good shit if he wasn't feeling that toe. Because Jed said when it hit him, I thought, mate, that the knuckle on your toe is going to be pushed back up into your ankle somewhere, I reckon, champ.
Yeah.
It was flush right on the end of that toe.
And straight down, carried off.
Yeah. He even said, that 3 o'clock in the morning or something, he couldn't sleep. He was in agony pain, like so much pain, he's in agony, and sweats, and he's like, oh, I'm going to be no good, but he rolled out and dished it. Because I tell you what, he was good.
Yeah, that's the old awesome. West Indies we grew up with, wasn't it? Plenty of ticker and plenty of fight. So,
they have four debutants or something, didn't they?
Yeah,
yeah.
So I love the emotion by Brian Lara in the commentary box, like how much it meant for him, and even Carl Hooper. Hooper was out here for the Strikers, but he's stuck around with the Test team now, and just those veteran guys, and just what it means to wear the West Indies cap and to see that. It's awesome. Hopefully, it does bring a new breed in, but it's certainly pushed Cricket Australia now, because we go to the West Indies later this year. They're now pushing for an extra test because that one was so good.
Yeah.
Well, I hope they get it.
Yeah,
I really do.
And I hope it's as good as what that second test was. So
well, you look at that second innings. What were West Indies? They were 5 for bugger all again, weren't they?
Yeah, 5 for 50, 5 for 60.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be an absolute toweling, but I tell you what,
I think Smith answered the critics though. He made the adjustments he needed to.
What did he get, 88 or something?
91 not, I think.
91 not out. First guy to bat through an innings since Warner
in
years
Hobart,
ago.
I think it was.
Yeah, but
that was on that absolute green top. I remember that, and that thing. Yeah, you couldn't tell the pitch from the outfield.
Yeah,
it was that green. It
was like playing over in New Zealand. But no, I think he had a lot of critics, and he worked hard to sort of make those slight adjustments from the first dig to the second dig. And I think that's it. He silenced the critics now to say, yep, I'm here as an opener, because the wicket was giving some to the bowlers. It showed. No team really went away. So batting out there was tough. So it was good to see for him to do that. And still not sold on Green at number 4. Yeah. I don't know. Do you you have to think, is he one of the top 6 batsmen in Australia? Because he didn't bowl much.
Yeah.
No, he bowled more than Mitchell Marsh, though, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
who just won the AB medal.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sold either. He has been out of the side for a little bit now too, which probably doesn't help. He gets a few pretty average scores, and is it in his head a little bit? I don't know. I would have put Travis Head there, to be honest.
Yeah.
Even though he's just got King Pear, he
coming off a ton at Adelaide.
Yeah. I would have thought he should have been 4, and does that leave 2 blokes too similar down there in that middle order with Green and Marsh?
Well, you could throw Green in at 5, Carey 6, Marsh 7. So you could sort of mix that up a bit by throwing Carey in, lefty, because, you're right. If you go Green and then Marsh, it's 2 very similar hitters. But if you throw Carey in there, offers that variation.
Jevo, Marsh needs to bowl more so he feels less. He was a liability last test in the field.
Yeah. The big bison.
I did read an interesting stat where they said Steve Smith has dropped like 52 catches.
Yep.
Because I think it was during one of the breaks, and they're talking about Mark Waugh, and it's like they said to Mark Waugh, how many have you dropped? And typical Mark Waugh said, probably 5, or 10 maybe. And they brought out the stat that Steve Smith has dropped 52 catches. I think it was 51 when they said it, and then he dropped that one, which is like, well, there's 52.
Yeah. It's a pretty high number, actually, isn't it?
Yeah. I was surprised it was that high.
I think when I think they did a breakdown like over the years, and I think like the last couple of years he's been dropping more than he had been as well. And then they start talking about all the he's getting a bit older, or he's things just happen a little bit quicker, and then they're like, well, look at him with the bat. It's not the case at all.
Yeah.
So
reflexes are still there to hit.
Yeah, that ball's
but
coming
he's
in
up
quick.
close. He is up close.
He is in the slips,
Yeah, second slip.
I do remember one game for Edgy Travin, Randall, where I was up close.
Oh, mate.
After about 1,200 Canadian clubs. I don't think I've seen one on the ball yet.
No, they offered you a helmet, and you didn't want a helmet either. And I think the umpire actually told you to please step off the cut surface.
You were too close. Silly mid on, sorry, Davo. And I think there was just a whole heap of dribble coming out, mate. I was just sledging non-stop.
It's a position made for 4'2" guys.
Yep.
Like Booney was there, Labuschagne was there for a while. He talked his way out of it. Now Travie Head's in there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was fielding at point, and I needed earplugs. You were that loud. We'll put it that way. It was you were just into some young bloke he was wearing a helmet, and you're into him because he was wearing a helmet first of all, and then it was about rattling his cage.
Time ago, fellas, before helmets were compulsory and good.
Yeah, helmets were never seen.
They're trying to make helmets. No, they're trying to make helmets compulsory, but for seniors, they're not. For kids, yes.
Yeah.
Even keepers have to wear helmets, even when they're not up at the stumps. So juniors, you're not allowed within 10 metres of the bat, sort of thing. So, but yeah, for seniors, you get crazy old blokes like myself and other old timers out there. Still face some openers who don't wear a helmet.
Yeah.
So
gets paid to catch balls. Yes.
Sure does.
Indeed. Just like
runs.
Gorick, if you're online, mate, listen to this, you got paid to catch balls as catcher too. So I mean it's
we'll start throwing strikes then.
That's right. I was about to say the bowlers need to find that good spot so it hits the bat right and straight into the hands of those fielders for sure. There's
but we noticed tonight, Mitch Marsh won the Alan Border medal. Ash Gardner won the Belinda Clark medal, which was fair enough. She's had a great season. Cummins was the ICC Test Player of the Year. I think I saw, was it Nathan Lyon won the Shane Warne Test Player of the Year. So all the awards are done. The women are coming off a good win against South Africa.
Yeah,
they took 2 of the 3. So they're still good form. They've got a test coming up soon over in the WACA, which will be good. So even though we're winding down, there's still plenty of cricket to go.
When the ODI should start soon, shouldn't they? Against West Indies.
Yeah. Ella and I were off to the SCG on Sunday. So we'll be down there for the ODI. So I think we've got a couple of ODIs and a couple of T20s to round out the men's summer anyway.
Then don't we go to New Zealand though for a test series?
Yeah, we're going to New Zealand for a few games
in February, late February or something.
Yep, should be a bit cooler over there that time of year.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, NFL fellas, he's got a spare 10 grand to go to the Super Bowl.
Wouldn't bother now.
Yeah, your Ravens aren't there, mate, so it doesn't matter. Average Super Bowl ticket price Monday morning, $9,815.
They're just
Pretty
probably
pricey.
Taylor Swift fans, mate. All Taylor Swift
Probably.
fans. That's when you go and see Taylor. They don't want to watch
Yeah.
the NFL.
Yeah, it's a bit pricey, but anyway, a couple of little tidbits from the NFL here too, fellas. This one, Super Bowl featuring a quarterback led the NFL in passer rating, yards, and completions, and the other one's Patrick Mahomes. Two quality quarterbacks, both young blokes, both should get paid squillions of dollars. They're both doing a bloody good job.
We all know how good of a story it is for Purdy, don't we? No.
Yep.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Mr. Irrelevant.
He's still making just above league minimum, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yep. And
Hopefully he
awesome
gets a
year
good
last year.
bonus for making the Super Bowl and stuff like that. But who knows? I'm sure when his contract comes around again, he's going to get a good payday. But this one, I think this should be the way it goes. Two worst teams in the NFL should play the Thursday night before the wild card weekend. The winner gets the first overall pick in the draft. Thoughts?
I think it's a great idea if they didn't finish 5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
No one's going to have done anything except drink piss, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's
The
where
last
they've
5
said,
weeks.
like,
No,
before
but they're saying
the
the
wild card.
weekend.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah,
the Thursday
okay.
night
Yeah,
before.
sorry.
So, so they'd still be
right.
sober-ish.
There should be, yeah. But well,
I
you've
don't
still
know why
got
they
something to
put the
play for,
Commanders
so
in.
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Why'd they put the
they weren't
Commanders
the
in that
bottom
photo?
two.
No.
I think it should be the bottom four. Bottom four should have a series and play off. Like, I don't know. I know in the basketball, it's like if you're doing no good at this time of the year, they just play nufties to get that lower ranking so that they can get the better picks. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I like that idea. You know, if you're in the bottom four or even bottom two, bottom four, whatever, and you play off to, you can't just shut up shop and go, oh, we're just gonna tank for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
And get the number one pick. We actually still have to play, and we still have to play off to get that number one pick.
Yeah. That's it. You can tank all you want, but you've got to win that one game to get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Spice it up.
Yeah. When you're speaking to the boss of the NFL next round, we'll just mention that, all right?
Yeah. It's next weekend, mate, at the Pro Bowl.
Fair enough. Travis Kelce. 152 playoff receptions, passes Jerry Rice for the NFL career record. Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
He sort of went to him a fair bit again. I know talked about previous weeks with different Kansas City Chiefs players not catching balls and stuff like that. He's his go-to. There are a couple of options where other players are wide open and he went to Kelce maybe a little bit too much, but, they're through. So
no one stopped him. No one was there in coverage on him, though. So,
yeah.
Want to keep going to him.
Yeah. Just ran that underline and Mahomes
like,
just fed to him. And
the
then
Ravens, what's his name? Beckham Jr. or whatever.
Odell Beckham Jr.
He come on in the fourth quarter only and just they threw it to him non-stop. What was the go there?
Don't know, mate. It's what it's been like all year.
It's ridiculous.
I suppose they've had these guys that have, these rookies, like your Zay Flowers and, those sort of guys that have been performing unexpectedly well throughout the year. They've had great years and, do they go to the old fella or all these guys are just having blinders? You use the ones that have blinders, don't you?
Yeah.
Obviously it costs them, but
playoff experience counts for a lot.
It sure does. We talked about this last week, mate, didn't we? Yep, they might have been playing great all year, and you look at the Chiefs, they didn't have an awesome year, but experience counts for everything come to this time of year in the playoffs.
Yeah. But you have a look at, I'd love to see the stats on how many receptions he had because I can count at least 3 where straight away it was. I think he had 2 in a row and was just on fire. Like, insert him in the game in that second quarter or whatever you need to do. But anyway,
Mix it up.
mix it up. We were talking about this last week. One of the tidbits was Peyton Manning and Tom Brady being in the playoffs, and that the last 10 AFC champion quarterbacks: Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Brady, Mahomes, Burrow, Mahomes. It's pretty well covered there with Brady, Manning, and Mahomes, but be interesting to see what happens in the Super Bowl. Another little tidbit: if the 49ers win the Super Bowl, Ed and Christian McCaffrey would be just the second father-son combo to win a Super Bowl for the same franchise. That's a pretty cool stat.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, you know where the ball's Kansas City should know where the ball's going.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to McCaffrey 99% of the time.
Yeah. He's just been a freak, hasn't he? So, anyway, Super Bowl is on not this week, but next. And it should be a good one. We'll talk more about Super Bowl next week. That's about it for us, fellas, for tonight. I'd try to get us out of here in 45, just over an hour. I think we've done well. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in, and we'll catch you next week. See you, fellas.
Catches.